This video is going to show you how to really easily apply your perfect foundation from LimeLife by Alcone. So this is a question I get asked loads, which is how to apply the LimeLife foundation. So I think a lot of people have got used to videos of people dripping stuff all over their face, which is definitely one way to do it, but I've never applied a foundation like that, and I don't think I ever will. Also, I think what people find confusing, possibly a bit daunting, is that this is a wax-based foundation. It comes like this, and a lot of foundations nowadays are liquid. So I'm just going to moisturise. There are obviously the same 3 ways that you would normally apply a foundation you can use for applying the LimeLife foundation. You can use your hands, you can use a brush, or you can use a beauty blender. So what I love about this, and if anybody has heard of RCMA, they make this foundation for us. This is the same as the RCMA foundations that you find in makeup artist kits all over the world. Michael Jackson's makeup artist used RCMA on him. Beyonce's makeup artists use RCMA on her. It lasts all day, but also you can really build the coverage up. So rather than having a tinted moisturiser and then a foundation, or having a going out foundation and a daytime foundation, you can just build this up to however you want. So a lot of people find that they get on really well applying this with their hands, because your skin is going to warm up the foundation to get a bit more movement. I personally like to use my hands and the beauty blender. I also, if I'm traveling, I'll tend to just take my Real Techniques Expert face brush and apply it with that, because brush is easy to travel with. You don't have to, I don't mind using a brush that's been used a couple of times by me, whereas I kind of, once the beauty blender's dirty, I quite like to wash it straight away. So I'm going to show you today how I would build up the coverage. So I've got freckles, and I quite like my freckles to be out and about, but I've had a few hormonal breakouts here, I've got a bit of pigmentation here. So what I tend to do with this is I get these 2 fingers, rub them into the palette, and I will just literally smear the foundation onto my face. And I usually leave my forehead because I've got my fringe. I've also found that I've been using less concealer since having this foundation, because it's got enough coverage, enough oomph to cover those bits up. But I'm always going to need concealer under my eyes, so I tend to not put this too high up, because I want to keep a minimum product under my eyes. If you're someone who doesn't need a separate concealer, then this is also great, because you can use it as a concealer. I just have a slightly different colour to cover the darkness under my eyes, but for around my nose, I just go back in where I need a bit more, back in with my blender, bounce that in, and then back in where I've got a breakout. Where you want a more sheer coverage, sweep with the blender. Where you want a more intense coverage, you bounce with the blender. You can also bounce it directly into the palette, if that suits you better. I'm then going in with whatever I have left here, just over my forehead. I'm just going to do my concealer and then I'll come back. So this is me fully concealed, fully foundationed. Of course, if you wanted more coverage, you absolutely could do more coverage, but as I say, I like to have my freckles showing through. So I've put a bit of blusher on, a bit of lipstick, and that is it. And I know that this foundation is going to last all day. It sits really beautifully on the skin, it works for every skin type, and it is really easy to apply. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.